Alright lads, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another build video in regards to the new update with the addition of the new Tenacious cell with the newest update, which is a new power cell slot with the new Terra Escalation. I thought I'd make a build which goes around Tenacious and the new Escalation and combine it. I'm pretty sure developers had in mind for this cell to be used in the Terra Escalation. I'm pretty much 99.9% sure that's the reason why this is out. And to be honest, it's actually not a bad cell. It's not the best, but I actually like what they've done with the cell, and I actually really congratulate Phoenix Labs this time with this cell. And I'll explain that in just a moment after I've given you the build. So the build is tailored towards keeping you at a really, really high health deficit and making sure you keep that high health to dish out as much damage from the Tenacious cell itself. Obviously, with Terra Escalation, the Terra variants are weak to Thunder weapons, so we went with the Mistral Current, which is the Mulcarian strikers. We put a double Tenacious in there. We then put Titan's Crash, Cyclonic Strike Plate, and Thundering Bolts. Just to clarify, if you are going to use the Thundering Bolts or any of these two, but I would recommend the Thundering Bolts to get the 30% extra damage to the head. Make sure these Drask Strikers, which is not the Mulcarian ones, the Drask ones, are up to +10. Anything in between +6 and +9 will give you a +2 of the Ether Attunement, and anything below +6 variant will give you a +1 Ether Attunement. So just make sure you have upgraded those Drask Strikers to +10 or above to get the full effect of the Ether Attunement +3. This allows for more Lantern spam. Then we went with the Skarn Helmet, which gives us tough, and then the tough cell slot as well, giving us the +6 tough. We then went with Rezakiri Chestplate to give us the more critical strike, which is really, really good with the Tenacious 2. Catalyst +3. Tordagur Arms with Overpower. Obviously, for those downtime animations, you get more damage. And when you beat behemoths, etc., etc., and when you break parts. We then went with Frax Legs, which gives us Cunning. And then we got Evasive Fury. Just a quick note here on the Evasive Fury cell slot. I thought of Berserker, but obviously that drops your health. And then obviously dropping health to gain more damage is the same thing as nothing pretty much in this build, because Tenacious, you want to keep your health up higher. So Berserker's ruled out. The other powerhouse obviously is Cunning. We have that at +6 already. The other one would be Wild Frenzy. It increases attack speed at low health. You don't want to use that because you're at a high health, so it literally does nothing. Then that probably kind of leaves Predator. You can run Predator if you wish, but I think a nice middle ground, or I guess even just the general player, I would say go with the Evasive Fury +3, which allows you to, after dodging through an attack, so after you dodge an attack, you gain 12.5 attack speed for 16 seconds. So it's like Wild Frenzy, but when you evade an attack. So that's my take on that. Then we got Pangar's Lantern, obviously, for obvious reasons. We get more stamina and obviously just basic damage from the Frost Pillars it gains. You can change to Drask Lantern or Embermane's Lantern. This is kind of whatever you want, but I think because the Ether Attainment, I think it's just nice to run Pangar. You get more uptime and more just Pangar damage in general. Obviously, Catalyst in there, giving us +6 Catalysts. Then for the tonics, we got Blitz, Frenzy, and Granny's Heartbreaker. Obviously, Blitz for attack speed. Because we haven't got too much attack speed in the build, I think Blitz just gives you that a bit more attack speed, which I kind of think which is the only thing lacking from this build. Hence why there is Evasive Fury in there. Obviously, Frenzy Tonic, more damage. When it's enraged, even more damage. And then obviously, Granny's Heartbreaker. Why the hell would you not use that? It is the best tonic in the game right now. Increases critical strike chance and critical strike damage by 25%. Bring that along with you for rounds 2, round 4s, and the last round. It gets you through the escalation really, really quickly. The perk overview looks like this. It's +6 of Catalyst, Cunning, Overpower, Tenacious, Tough, and then +3 of Ether Attainment and Evasive Fury. Obviously, the reason why this build works really, really nice is because for every 100 HP gained, you get an additional 2% bonus damage. So this paired up with Tough, obviously now we've got 500% more health. So that's 2% times 5, which is 10% extra damage. And then for every 50% shield gain, 1% critical strike chance. This is why this build's so good for escalations and definitely Terra Escalation, because the whole theme of Terra Escalation is staying alive, keeping your health up, keep having as much shield as possible. So that's why Tenacious works so well in Terra Escalation, and people really do overlook how pretty well the Tenacious actually works in this Terra Escalation. But apart from that, I don't think the cell has much use. But in this escalation, I'm going to keep saying it is pretty well done. So Phoenix Labs, well done. another reason why I think this cell is pretty damn good, and it gets people in the habit of dodging, because even though you've got so much shield, there's no lifesteal and there's no extra like defense from Iceborne. The people who run Iceborne could run this as an alternative. Everyone knows how much I hate Iceborne for new players because it gets you in really bad habits, in my opinion. I'll link the video down below. It's why I hate Iceborne. It's quite controversy. People don't really like it, and I actually don't care. It's my opinion. That's why I think Tenacious is a really, really good option to get new players into the game and just dodge behemoths. Even though you've got so much shield, you can tank it if you want, but because there is no life drain, I think it's kind of, in my opinion, it's more, it's more user-friendly in terms of you're getting used to behemoth's attacks. You're having full health. You're not used to the discipline for when you're at lower tiers of the game. So if that makes any sense. That's my take on the build. Hopefully you like it. I will link it in the description below. If you are new, feel free to like, subscribe, all of that business. We are trying to grow to 1,000 subscribers. That's my end goal in the next month or so. I really do want to grow pretty quickly. Just a quick note as well before we go into the run. My amps look a bit like this. Also, before we get into the amps, sorry about this. Make sure these are maxed out because this will give you additional power increase. Power boost 1, power boost 2, power boost 3. You get them with every single escalation. Make sure you do this in every single escalation. If you don't, you're missing out on free damage. That goes across the board for all of your damage. As you can see, plus 300 of shield and attack, defense and attack. So make sure you are maxing out the trees, and then you can do what you want with it. In my opinion, if you want to copy my tree, the tree's there, feel free. I think the best thing in this at the moment is the critical thunder amps from the stock escalation. That's my tree. I'll leave it there for a second. Feel free to pause it. I think it's a really, really nice tree. Go with it. There's also torrent shield in it if you want to take it for that bonus defense. Do it as you wish. But yeah, that's the tree and that's the build. I'll pass you through to the run now, guys. Enjoy. All right, lads. I'm not going to speak too much because I just want the build to just speak for itself, because it's not the best, not the greatest, but it gets the job done. It's not bad at all. So the aim of the build and what you should be looking out to try and do is to make sure you're keeping your health at max as much as possible. I always pot the first 2 tonics straight away and I always jump in. As you can see right now, the critical strike chance right now at the beginning is pretty damn good. It's really, really high. I'm hitting quite high numbers. The new Charog likes to heal straight away after you do the Malkarian dash. 2k clap, not the best. I'm still hitting high critical numbers regardless. As a 4k clap. And here comes overpower state if we'll get some more damage in via OP. And that's the first behemoth down. As you see, all you've got to do is obviously just try and keep your health as high as much as possible. If you want to benefit this build the best it can be, make sure you are picking up torrent shield and defense shield based amps. I think I went for Thrill the Hunt, though obviously Thrill the Hunt first round is a must have if it comes up, gives you the most damage output. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the run. I'm just going to let you watch it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much, and peace.
this out. And when there's nothing left, you know I'll still be around. And if all of this is dragging you under, I'll remind you of the wilderness wonder. I'm just praying we can figure this out. These better dreams, they seem to last.